I'm going to read this because this is basically very true. That people are born with telepathy, which is the pineal gland. Do you all agree with that?
Yes.
Do you think that you have lost it? Rumi definitely has it. Rumi is in the back. Joy definitely has it. I don't know you long enough to know. But telepathy is just that instinctual feeling that you know what's going on. The difference between communicating with a being outside of yourself is that connection. There's compassionate connection where you heart to heart, very common in the horse field. We do that with horses when we communicate with horses. Dogs, they have a different way of wanting to be communicated to. And quite often what I'll do when I'm communicating with a dog is I'll feel my heart because they heart connect with you, but they're very telepathic. So when you connect with them, they want you to connect intellectually with them, which is very unique. Horses don't do that. Horses heart to heart. Are there any questions?
By intellectual, you mean thoughts?
Yes, intellectual thinking is a behavior of protection. It's what is built into you from exposure of the world. Okay? Intellectual is not something you're born with. You're not born with everything that you ever expose yourself to in life. So an animal, when they think intellectually, if they've been beat and somebody comes at them with a bat or with their hand raised, intellectually they're going to attack that person. That's the part of the healing that we do, is we put them back in their body, into their natural form. Because a natural form for an animal is to be loving and caring and nurturing and eat and sleep and be there for you. That's their natural state. It's not their natural state to be aggressive or bite you or fight you or anything like that. That's things that are taught to them because of things that have happened to them. So they do have intellectual processes. They start processing things based on what exposure they've had to the real world. You know, horses do the same thing. If you're a horse that was a racehorse, quite often people will rescues. There's all kind of sanctuaries for horses. And the horses have been beat. Or they've been left out in fields for days and months and sometimes years without food. That behavior transfers into the new homes where they fight other horses for food. Or they kick every time somebody comes around them because they're afraid they're going to be beat. Or they just stop. That's one of the favorite ones. Horses that are race horses, they just stop. They don't want to run anymore. Those are things that can be healed out of an animal. Through animal communication, through energy field shifting, and there's something we call emotional freedom technique that we use, which is tapping.
You
So
use
that
a surrogate
also.
for that?
Pardon
You
me?
use a surrogate for the tapping? Is that how you do it?
I can do it on the animal.
Oh, so you just do it on them?
Yeah. It depends on how
okay.
cooperative the animal is.
Yeah.
Horses are really great to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would just do the tapping on them and
Mhm.
oh wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
They're
That's
different
cool.
median points, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, which EFT is very similar to acupuncture. So there's median points on the animal that you hit that hit all the bladder and all the points of all the different things. He really wants to come see me.
Can he come see you?
He will in a moment. Yeah. Is there any other questions? Anything else? Are we good?
Yeah.
Animal communication is one of those things that's very concise. So if we have questions about it, we got to connect with Apollo. That was fun. Hello, Bob Thorne.
Hello.
He didn't get to connect with Apollo. But I'll give you a little bit more reading while if you want to go out and get your dogs. Do you want to do the acupuncture on it?
Sure.
Should we break or I don't know if I even got that far.